why did it end this way? This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Alright, we're gonna see if we're going live just yet. It's gonna be a good night, great show, good people. What do you know? Let's see. We're gonna check here. Then I'm gonna check here, make sure that all of my levels are right. Gonna make sure that everything is going great. The people are gonna be able to see me. It looks like I am live. So, once again, it's on, people. What's going on, everybody? This is the Doctor of Discussion. This is your boy, Brian Redmond, and we are at the Relationship Rehab Live. And we're going to have a great show tonight. Great topic. I hope that everybody can tune in, like, subscribe, and share. Get the message out. I am going to open up the phone lines to those of you, if you want to call in. That will be an option for tonight. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by on tonight. Yes, indeed, on tonight. I think it's going to be a really good show. I'm going to give a few more minutes to get a few more peeps up in here. And, man, let's have a great show. I want to say thank you to everybody who came out tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you here with me. And I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. So, I'm going to play a little bit of music here. And we're going to get this thing cracking in maybe about another 5 minutes. I'm going to get the Facebook Live started for a second. And then we're going to do this thing on YouTube. So shout out to all my mods. Shout out to everybody that stopped by. My brother DJ Just J, my brother Eric, my brother Super T, the CEO and owner of Tavis Rentals. What's happening, Captain? And I just want to say thank you guys. And it's going to be hot on tonight. So let's do this. We are on our way. Shout out to my man Queasy who dropped this beat to me. I appreciate you, brother. That's right. Shout out my plant. It is wavy. Okay. Can y'all hear that music? Is it all good? Well, I'm on my way. Well, I'm on my way. We on our way. Man, I think I'm going to have to put some bars on this beat, man. I don't know. I might have to go back to the old me and pull out some bars and do this. Man, this beat is hot. My man Queasy, the beat god, put a brother on. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I think I'm going to have to go on here and do that. I wish I was a freestyler because I was showing enough freestyle. slide. On my way. I'm on my way. Yes, sir. You like that beat, Brielle? Yeah, buddy. I got one more. I got two more I can rock. I'm gonna put out here. Let y'all check him out. Yeah, man, it's good to have good friends, man, and good places, man. They can look out for you, put you on. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nope, that ain't the one I want to play. I think it's this one. Yeah, this my other one right here. This the other one here. This one hard too, boy. All right, we starting up over there. Y'all like that one? Yeah, we got one more. And then we gonna get the show cracking. Hey, live. Yo, what's going on Facebook Live? I just want to give a shout out to everybody. We got a discussion going on right now over on YouTube. I need you to go to The Relationship Rehab on YouTube. We about to get it cracking in about maybe the next 3 to 5 minutes. And we're going to talk about the church shooting in Texas. We're talking about gun control, gun reform, the whole gun debate. We're going to talk about that. I got some points I want to make about the topic. And then also I'm going to open up the phone line so you can call in and holler at your boy. Tell me what you want to talk about and what your opinions are about it. And at the end of the day, it's going to always be an epic event. It's amazing like it always is. So come on over to YouTube. Check us out. I'm going to let the Facebook Live roll for a few minutes. And then once the discussion really gets going, then we're going to go ahead and do it this way and just focus straight on the YouTube part. So I'm going to keep this up for a few minutes. So y'all come and holler at us. I'm actually playing some of my partner's music over here right now, so letting everybody get a little listen to that, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. So shout out to my man Rio. I see you, boy. Thank you for stopping by. Hit your boy up on the YouTube and check us out, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I know, Super T. I'm really about to go hard, man, because I know I need to go live more often, brother. It's just that I wanted to nail down like a day, so I think I'm either gonna do either Monday, Tuesday, or Fridays will be my show. I'm really leaning towards the Tuesday because you know we got the greatest show on YouTube, which is on Thursdays, the Guru and the Whore. That's like the hottest show on YouTube right now. So man, I'm so glad to be a part of that. Shout out to my man Tommy. Who definitely put a brother on, and we out here having a great time, and the show is just awesome, man. It's such a great platform, man. We really get a lot of good work done. So yeah, man, might as well, you guys tell me what y'all think. What do y'all think about either Monday, Tuesday, or Friday? Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. It'll of course be at night, and we can go from there, man. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because I want to like nail down at least one of those days and say, hey, this the day I know I'm gonna do a show every week. I definitely need to take a page out of my brother DJ Just J book, because he's really consistent. He's really on point with his show. So I want to be like him one day when I grow up, and just have something that's more solid, something that's more nailed down. So y'all let me know, and we'll definitely I'll definitely just commit to doing that, man, and start getting it down, man. Yeah. He said, how about 2, Monday and Friday? Woo-wee. Boy, I tell you, that would be hard to do, Jack, but I might be able to get there. Seafood Chi, my man Preem. Hey, also too, hey Preem, put your Twitch in the chat, man. Y'all check my boy out on Twitch, man. He got him a gaming channel going, man. It's hot, man. He doing his thing. So y'all be sure to check him out too, man. For all those gamers out there, man, y'all definitely check my boy out. He hard with it when it come to that gaming thing. So y'all check me out. So back over here to the YouTube people, man. Not the YouTube people, but the Facebook people. Check me out, man. We got the YouTube channel going right now. We're going to be going live with our show in a few minutes. I put the link in the box there so you can check it out. Come on over to the YouTube side. We're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to chit chat, chop it up, and really get some great opinions. And I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this whole church shooting thing and what you guys think about gun control. Of course, I got my opinion because I'm the doctor of discussion. That's what I do. I discuss stuff. So I know what I want to say, but I also want to hear what you guys have to say about the topic. I also want to know, what you guys think about what's been happening with the whole active shooter thing, because it's been really crazy these past few months. It seemed like it's just happening more and more. So I want to know what people are thinking, what we should do. Should we take all the guns off the street? Should we put more guns on the street? Should we challenge our politicians, our police officers? What do you think we should do? Should we stand up as a community? Whatever it is that you guys are thinking about, I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on the topic. So definitely go ahead and jump on the YouTube channel. Man, Carl Rooster, my man. What's up, brother? Love you, man. I just want to thank you for supporting me too. But I want you guys to jump over to the YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to really get it cracking at, and we're going to really do a lot of discussion there. So I'm going to leave the Facebook up for just a little bit, for like maybe the first 15-20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to just go straight over to the YouTube side. So we got some people over on the YouTube channel right now listening to some music. My man Queasy, my 30-year brother, he hooked your boy up with some beats, so I'm letting them hear them and check them out. I'm even thinking about maybe dropping some bars on one of these tracks so I can have me like a theme. I think I need a theme song. What y'all think? Y'all think I need a theme song, man? Or I can just come on and just be like, hey, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And there go my theme song, and it's riding, and I got some bars on there, dropping a little beat or something, some lyrics, and we doing our thing. And I think so. I think I'm liking that. So yeah, shout out to all the people that's joining over here on Facebook. go ahead and click on the little link in the box. Come over to the YouTube side of the game where we can really chop it up and really talk about what's going on here. I'm gonna leave the Facebook part up for a minute so that people can, that all of my Facebook friends and family that check us out, they can check us out for a few minutes, and then we're gonna be strictly on the YouTube side. So you guys check it out. I definitely want you guys' opinions on what you guys are thinking about this whole thing, what's going on with gun control, gun reform. And he said all the guns need to go. Yeah, y'all definitely need to be on YouTube just for the chat alone, because they be going in on the chat. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. So you guys over in YouTube land, hang on for a second. Everybody over here on Facebook Live, hey live, I want you guys to go ahead and cross over, share, hit it up to everybody. I posted it just about everywhere I possibly know where I can post it, just so people can check it out. So you guys come on over here and let's get it cracking. Song just ended. That's what's up, man. I want to tell y'all too, man, everybody that really know me, that has been going through this phone transition that I was in for the past like month and a half, 2 months. It was like 2 months, wasn't it? When my phone, I had like a totally different phone number. Shout out to my people that worked and hooked the brother up with a phone for a minute. But I got my mind right, got my life right. And now I'm rocking that iPhone 10. Yes, indeed. It is an awesome phone. To go from a 6 Plus to this, oh yeah, it's off the chain. Yeah. This is that deal. I'm loving my new phone. Shout out to AT&T for hooking the brother up. Hope y'all can waive this fee for me. Yup, y'all gonna do that. I ain't even worried about it. They've been taking care of me for the longest. So yeah, Queasy is doing his thing, man. I'm telling you, boy. Queasy, man, he called himself the beat god, man. I'm telling you, man, I can't really knock him, man. The Face ID on this thing is off the chain, people. It is off the chain. So yeah, you definitely if you got a chance to upgrade and get that iPhone 10 in your life, do so. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed at all. Believe that. All right, this here is the last one. This is hot to me. Man, I love this. Got the Bobby Womack going. Y'all check this one out. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, it's gonna be lit tonight. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this cracking. Yes, indeed. I lost it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right, there we go. Got my chat back so I can run my mouth in here. It's all iPhone. I'm telling you, boy, you gotta get that iPhone. If you ain't got that iPhone, you a different type of person. You just ain't right. It's just part of, you need to get yourself together. I know people out there, Android, rolling with the Samsung deal, but that iPhone, man, I'm telling you, man, it just do something to you. Make your life better. Make your life most successful, man. Some of the most successful people I know got iPhones. That's all I'm saying. They got Macs. I'm just saying. But, yeah. All right, let me start giving these shout outs to everybody that done came by and hollered at your boy tonight while the music is playing. We got the Bobby Womack going from my man Queasy, the Beat God, doing his thing. Shout out to Fair. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm shouting out Fair. And I'm going to stop the music for Fair because she was the first one in the chat. As soon as I posted it up and put it up there, she came and jumped on in there, and she was the first one in the chat. So kudos to you. I appreciate you. That's what I'm going to start doing. First person chat, get a special shout out with the music stop. Then we can go back to it. Also want to give a shout out to my man Super T over at Tavis Rental, where, at Tavis Rental, your car is guaranteed to not be current, and you might have to get somebody else a ride, but yet and still, you still going to get your rental. Shout out to my boy Tavis, Super T. I want to give a shout out to Clive Darby, my brother from another mother, Eric Abrams, my man DJ Just J.O.K., showing love to his boys, stopping through, my man Seafood Chi. I want to give a shout out to D Rivas. What's up, man? No. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Lena Pina. Who else that came through? Shout out to my girl Chassis. Shout out to my boy Black Magic. Shout out to my boy Brielle, Jay Louie, Troy Sherman, Fresh Beats. Man, Fresh Beats, what's happening, man? I like that thing you did with, I think you want to did that beat with Tommy with Tyrese. Boy, that Tyrese, man. That Tyrese. I think I'm going to have to get my impression of Tyrese, too, like everybody else is. Why not, right? Let's see who else is out here. I think that's everybody. Tyrone Church, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody else. I believe that's it. All right, we can go ahead and stop that. The music is stopped. Oh, shout out to my man, Mr. Breadman. That's what's up. Hey, live. Shout out to Chris G. Man, I'll tell you, I love that. Let's see if anybody else I got in here. Don Smooth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tyrone, we already shouted him out. Fair. My man Carl Moore, shout out to you, my brother. Thank y'all for stopping by. Yes, indeed. Troy, we shouted out. And I believe that is everybody. And everybody, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. To everybody over here in Facebook, I want you guys to go ahead and shoot over to the YouTube channel. We talking about the Texas shooting. We talking about gun control, gun reform. I got some points that I want to make, but I'm definitely going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear your guys' input on it, so you'll be able to call in and holler at your boy, the Doctor Discussion. We over here on YouTube at the Relationship Rehab. You guys make sure that you click the link, like, subscribe, and share this message. Get it out there so your boy's getting heard. Let's do this. Make sure you hit the like button. And to everybody over on Facebook, thank y'all for stopping by. Hope to see y'all over here on the other side. I'm going to let this run for like maybe about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then I'm going to go ahead and just shut the live down, and we'll just be over on YouTube. So you guys get on over here and check us out. Let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and put this over here. And we're going to mute that guy. And now it's just me. I'm going to take me a sip of this drinky drink. Yes, indeed. That there was tasty. It's a tasty beverage. Yes. All right. So, the name of this show is called Guns and God, right? And then should the saints, the question I'm asking, should the saints be strapped? So when you look at the shooting that happened in Texas, 26 people dead. You had 26 people, man, that lost their lives, and all they were doing was going to their faith-based organization to serve, to worship, and to do what they believe is right as far as their religion is concerned, fellowshipping with their brothers and sisters, and yet and still in them doing that as peacefully and as lovingly as they were doing it, someone came in and killed 26 of them. So, first and foremost, I mean, that in itself, whether it was 26 or whether it was 2, it's a tragedy no matter how you look at it. The whole thing about the active shooter situation where people are just going through and just shooting people, you know, it's like it's something that has definitely always happened since the early 1800s. I believe the earliest one was in like 1895 or something like that, or 1887, like the first documented one. And they've happened in different points throughout history. I believe just now that it's becoming more and more prevalent. It's just happening more often now, and because of the social media avenues that we have today with Facebook Live, YouTube, your Instagrams, your all of the different social media avenues that we have today, it's being shared a lot more, and it just brings it to the forefront the most, more so than it used to. You have a lot of social media. You have the regular media, the mainstream media, your CNNs and your MSNBCs that are able to bring this kind of stuff to the forefront a lot as well. And it's also something that's just being more prevalent where people are doing it. Now, I do want to preface this. I believe that sometimes we take the active shooter or we take a mass shooting and we try to lump them all together. And I definitely want to say there's a difference between a conspiracy where you have, people that said, there have been certain instances, especially like that's one of the things they're talking about in Vegas, where there wasn't just a lone shooter. They're saying there was multiple shooters. So that could possibly be a conspiracy, which is not necessarily a mass shooting or an active shooting. A lot of people died from it. But that's not necessarily an active shooter situation. You also have terrorist acts. Terrorist acts are not necessarily active shooters per se, because there's a plan behind it to where they're trying to, have a certain agenda that they're trying to serve that's trying to get it to serve a purpose. So whether it's the Twin Towers going down, or a terrorist driving a bus or cab or a van through a crowd of people, that's not like a mass shooting thing. So you can't like kind of lump those together. And then you have your true classic like Columbine, Sandy Hook, this Texas church shooting. These are like active shooter situations. The Orlando thing, those are active shooter situations where people are just coming through trying to get a high body count to get their name in the history books and say, I killed this many people, I have the highest score. And that's what they're doing. So the active shooter's mentality is different than a terrorist mentality. So you need to make sure that that's something that you just don't disregard and lump it all together and say, oh, they all the same. That is not the case. An active shooter's mindset is something where, hey, he don't want to survive, or he's going to kill himself. He's actually going to pick soft targets. He's not trying to go up against, the guys at the gun store, or he's not trying to just go up against, these guys that are like formidable adversaries, like police officers or something like that. He's going to take on the SWAT team. Those people are not, that's not the classic active shooter mind. They want easy, soft targets. People, they want to go to a place where there are no guns, and they want to see how many people they can kill before they themselves either kill themselves or are killed by law enforcement by the time they arrive. So like, what was the guy who did the the guy in Dallas, the active shooter there, that wasn't necessarily an active shooter. That was more so of a domestic terrorist type of situation, because this guy was a trained military guy, and he was shooting police. So he had an agenda that was strictly domestic terrorism at its finest, as opposed to it being something where this guy just was, randomly saying, I don't like blacks, or I don't like whites, and I'm going to go out here and just kill a bunch of people. That's totally different. So this was an active shooter. What it appears to be from the evidence that they've talked about already is it's more of an active shooter type of situation. The guy was related, or he was in-laws to some of the people that went to that church. The in-laws apparently were not there that Sunday, even though it is their church that they go to. And this guy basically had gotten, like, I believe, a divorce or something like that. He's basically on the outer circle of trust, if you will. He's out of the family now, and I guess he wanted his last declaration to show them, I'm going to show all of you guys, what I can do, and he went ahead and did that. So it's a thing to where that is a classic active shooter situation. It appears to be from the evidence that I've seen, to where this person just wanted to come and get a body count. And he came with an AR-15, it appears to be, and he basically went to work, pretty much. Good thing about it, in hindsight of it, and this is Monday morning quarterbacking, if you will, or Monday night quarterbacking, if you will, there was a good guy somewhere nearby who had a gun, who was able to go up against this guy and ultimately, play a part in stopping him. They haven't confirmed or not if he was the guy that delivered the fatal round to stopping him, but he definitely shot this dude, which I think was definitely an admirable thing to do. I consider that dude to be what I call a sheepdog, and we need more people like him. My motto, and I've heard it said before, and I definitely have adopted this motto. The only thing that stops a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun. Plain and simple. Bad guys with guns usually are not stopped, and they need to be stopped by good guys with guns at the end of the day. So I definitely tip my hat off to that guy. Salute to that guy for him having the courage, putting his life on the line, and risking his life and putting his family in danger to stop this dude and to potentially save other lives, because this dude could have kept going at the end of the day. So shout out to him and what he did in his act of heroism. So my thing is this, I guess, with the whole active shooter piece, we know what that is, and it brings up the conversation to say, well, first and foremost, could this have been prevented? And could you say that, maybe we could have stopped this? This thing shouldn't have never happened had this guy been institutionalized, or was he known to be crazy already? And a lot of times that's not the case. Most of the time when you have an active shooter situation like this, it could not have been prevented because most people don't know. You don't know what this guy's going to do, when this guy's going to do it. He's not walking around saying, next Tuesday, I'm coming through here with my AR-15. I'm killing all you guys. You better not be here. There's no warning for that, and you can now look, and I'm sure there'll be people that'll come forward and say, yeah, he didn't kind of seem right. He didn't seem like he was all the way there sometimes, or he seemed angry. That happens, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this guy's going to turn around and be an active shooter. Even like the Facebook dude that killed somebody a few months back, where they said he killed 14 people. I mean, it just got out of hand where he really only shot one dude, and they were just blowing it out of proportion, saying, oh, he shot 5. He shot this other dude. He shot somebody else. We don't know where he's at. We riding around. We looking for him. It just caused total chaos in the area that he was in, and just on the internet. The internet was going crazy about this. There were people literally going Facebook Live, driving around, riding around with their gun, trying to listen to the police scanners, trying to find this dude. So it's like that can lead to a lot of chaos. So could this have been prevented in this instance? I don't believe it could have, because this guy wasn't a known crazy. He wasn't known to walk around and to be threatening people and to do something like this before. They did say that he had some type of history with the military, to where he got like discharged or something, and he had something there. But military records aren't your history, or your criminal history with the military. That isn't given to public officials. I mean, not public officials, but public law enforcement. So they didn't know. There was no way to know. Now, could that be something where a law like that needs to be changed? Very possible. I wouldn't disagree with that. If I'm a axe murderer in the army, and I somehow finagle my way out after I've served my time in the army and I'm on the streets, I think the law enforcement should know that if they run my name or stop me for a traffic ticket or whatever the case may be. Absolutely. So I think that there's an opportunity there to fix something like that. I also will say too, I think that you have to be willing to share the information that we have as a government with each other, because that is something that we have a big problem with. It's this agency doing its thing, this agency doing their thing. If we share the information, especially pertinent information like that, I think you can help, at least prevent or not necessarily prevent this situation from happening, but be more aware of those people that are out here with problems and with issues, to where you can possibly say, well, if he's going to get a gun, he's going to have to get it illegally, because we're not going to let him have that in an illegal sense where he can go and apply, because we know he's already done A, B, C, and D in the military. So I do think that's an opportunity there. Another point that I thought of was, could a law have prevented this? Well, there is a law already in place. It's called murder. You don't do it. And if you do it, you go to jail. So there's a law in place for that, but yet it still happens. I've heard several people talk about, things like saying, well, I think that, if you're going to do this, we need to just get rid of guns. You shouldn't have military grade weapons and things like that. Those things are what can cause people, to do things like this. And my thing is this: whether I kill 2 people or whether I kill 40, a life is a life, and people that are dying, they're dying. And I think that we tend to take out of context, because it's a mass shooting, we tend to make that more important than everyday killing. And here's my point to that. So 26 people lost their lives. Tragedy. Yes. Don't want it to happen? Of course not. However, we are now, because this has happened, and it's happened again and again and again, we are now being more inclined to discuss gun reform, to discuss gun control, to discuss the fact of, should we have guns, shouldn't we have guns? That discussion is on the table. Whereas you take Chicago, 2,600 murders this year thus far. 26 people on a Sunday, tragedy. 2,600 in a year? No talk about gun control, no talk about gun reform, no talk about saying we need to hold the politicians accountable, we need to hold our law enforcement accountable. No discussion about that. All we do is look at that gun total every day in the Sun Times, on the Tribunes, or on the internet, or on WGN, and say, damn, another weekend where 8 people shot and killed. So you take 8 people a weekend for a month, that's 32 people dead in a month. We're at 2,600 now, shootings in one city. And we are more inclined to be more concerned about the 26 in Texas, which is tragic. Because you're talking about a town of 700 and 26 of them people are gone. That's a significant number because people know those 26. Everybody knows everybody in a town with 700 people in it. So it's a big impact. But however, the people that are dying in Chicago, because it's a metropolis, it's a big city, we're like, hey, man, Rahm Emanuel and them are really just letting that kind of stuff happen. Woo, it's crazy in Chicago, man. Don't go to Chirac, and we move on with our lives. So how does that make sense? How do you compare one to the other? How do you discount one over the other? It's just like when you look at 2,600 murders or 2,600 shootings, is there a gun problem there? Was there a crime problem there? What is the root of that? Is it just because there's guns on the street that's why people are dying? Or is it something else? Are there other dynamics that's playing a part in that? Because at the end of the day, a gun isn't going to do anything by itself. It's not until that gun is in the hand of a person to where it becomes a more true weapon. Because you can sit that gun right here on this table and it's not going to do nothing to nobody. Until I pick it up, put it in my hand, and I aim it and then pull the trigger, that's when people are in trouble. That's when there's a true danger. So it's like that's the other part to that people just tend to not realize or pay attention to, because it's like if you have guns are it's a tool. A gun there's no difference between a gun and a knife, a gun and a bat. It can be used to take a life. It could also be used to save a life. And I think that was proven in Texas, because if nobody had guns and this dude had an illegal gun, he would have kept on with his rampage and going on doing what he was doing. And there would have been nobody there who would have been a law-abiding citizen who would have wanted to stop them but couldn't because they don't have guns. Because we are more inclined to make laws to take guns out of law-abiding citizens' hands than we are as far as addressing the problem and looking to make sure that we are addressing the issues that lead up to that. And that is what's so puzzling to me, because most of the people that are against guns are really people that don't know anything about guns. They don't shoot guns. They don't own guns. They just think guns are bad and we should just get rid of them. And that's just it. So it's like, I think that there's a responsibility on both parties here, those that are gun guys or gun girls, whatever you want to call it, gun advocates, and those that aren't. You need to be familiar with what it is that you are trying to ban or trying to curtail or trying to regulate. You need to be familiar with it and understand what it is and what the culture is around guns before you can just say we don't need it and we need to get rid of it. So that's my biggest thing about those people that are just anti-gun, is just getting rid of that. And I hope that some of those anti-gun people are watching, and I hope that they can call in tonight in about maybe another 30 minutes or so. I hope that they can call in and discuss that and give their opinions, and we can actually, have a good debate about it. Also, too, another question that I asked was, should the church be strapped? Should the saints of the church carry firearms? Should they be strapped up? In my opinion, I'm going to say absolutely. I think that anybody who is willing and courageous enough to take on the responsibility to carry a firearm and understands the ramifications and has the training to do so, and are willing to be sheepdogs, if you will, and want to hold or shoulder that responsibility to carry a firearm, they absolutely should be able to carry it in a church, in a grocery store, in a dentist's office, in a movie theater, in wherever the case may be, wherever they can go with it, they should be allowed to carry it, with the exception of probably a courtroom or something like that. But they should be allowed to do so. I think that you should carry your firearm, just like you carry around your driver's license, just like you carry around a Swiss Army knife, you carry around a watch, whatever the case may be. It's a tool that you use to live your life, to be able to accomplish certain goals. And I think that that tool should also be extended to a firearm. If you want that responsibility, if you understand the weight of what it takes to carry a firearm every single day, and understand the power that you possess and are responsible enough with that, absolutely you should, and you should be able to take it anywhere that you want to go. Another point in just asking, just those blatant questions: should we ban guns, and why? I don't think we should ban guns. I don't think we could ever ban guns, because if you make guns illegal today, there's going to be a black market that is going to thrive, because guns are a part of our culture. Our country was founded on guns. Guns is what allowed this country to be basically taken, shaped, molded, and formed. The Americas, North America as we know it today, when the first settlers came here, before they brought slaves over here, they went and they met the indigenous people over here, and they were able to overrun, overtake, slaughter, genocide, whatever you want to call it, push them to the end of the country by guns, using things like bioterrorism with the blankets that had the chicken pox and stuff like that, smallpox in it or whatever. They were able to take those people and they were able to eradicate them to the point to where, hey, all right, now everybody's gone. We can take this land. We can divide it up. Had they not had guns, they probably wouldn't have won. Plain and simple. So that's how this country was founded. It was founded on blood. It was founded on guns. And at the end of the day, you can be ashamed of it. Was it a terrible thing? Yes. Do you ever want it to happen again? No, but the fact remains is that that's what it was founded on. That's how it came to be. So that made it one of the building blocks of this country. How do you tear out a main support beam of a building? Now, is there a way to reinforce it? Is there a way to make it better, to make it stronger? Absolutely. Do I believe that there needs to be some type of gun reform? Yes, I do. Do I believe that there are certain things that need to be changed as far as gun laws are concerned? Absolutely. But do I think that we need to ban guns? No way. One of the main reasons in the Constitution that the forefathers came together and said this is why we want people to have the Second Amendment right is because they said no matter what happens with this country, we want to be able to say, hey, if this country is ever out of order to where they have just totally disregarded your rights, they have totally taken away your rights, they are just totally have run amok and are trying to literally take away every freedom and right that you have, then what we want you to have the right to do is to be able to take up arms and overthrow that government. That is what they meant by that. That is what they implied, because they didn't want a government to become a tyrant ever again. So that is why they have it in place. And I don't think that you can ban that. I don't think you should ban that, because at the end of the day, guns are equalizers. Period, point blank. If I'm one dude and I come up against four dudes that are bigger than me, stronger than me, and faster than me, if I am proficient with a firearm, we are all on the same field. We are all on the same level, and we need to play nice together and show respect to one another. Plain and simple. And that's one of the reasons why it is, because if there weren't guns, and this world, our world today as we know it in America, would be ran by the big dudes who could fight the best, who had the best warrior tactics, and could just fight and kick everybody's butt and win that way. We would be subservient to them. When Big Swole Tyrone come in here and say, I got a bald head, and I'm here to fuck all y'all wives, then that's who we would be like, well, that is Tyrone with the bald head. Here he come. And there wouldn't be nothing we could do about it, unless we trying to hit him with a brick or trying to hit him with a 2x4. And that's hard to do when you can take a lovely Glock 17 with 17 rounds and you can fire off about 3 or 4 of them and give him some act right, and Tyrone with the bald head gonna be sat down and he ain't gonna lay a finger on your wife. Absolutely. So I believe that is all of my main points, unless I think I got one more. Yes, I do. Let me open my phone back up here with my facial recognition. Yeah, didn't even have to type in, just facial recognition. Yeah. Yes. So one of the biggest things that I thought about with this was saying, hey, I want to have the right in this country to not be a soft target. What's a soft target? A soft target is somebody that is an easy kill, an easy win, a person who doesn't have the ability to fight back or to match the force of someone else that is actually executing force against them. So like when you think about the shooting in the theater, those people are all there with their popcorns, their jujubes, their junior mints, sitting there chit-chatting, watching you remember the little show to come on right before the movie, be like, let's go out to the kitchen, let's go out to the kitchen, let's go out to the kitchen and have ourselves a snack. Yep, they were sitting there watching the previews for the next Star Wars, like, oh man, I can't wait to see this. I'm eating this popcorn. I got the popcorn you get to put the cheese on, and yeah, your Slurpee with the cheese and all that stuff on the pot. I mean, they getting it. Crazy dude comes into the show. He has a gun. What does he do? Bang, 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 bang. And it's like, number one, you don't even think that that's ever going to happen because we don't ever remember that happening. So that in itself is startling to you. It's shocking to you. And it's going to make you freeze and be like, what the hell is going on? But then again, too, he's there and he's doing it there because he knows, number one, ain't nobody here probably got a gun in the show. People that do have guns, they probably not going to bring them in here. Number two, I know that this is probably one of the softest places that I can go to execute this type of violence that I want to execute before somebody can stop me. So soft target, easy target. It's just like wolves going after the sheep. A wolf is going to go after a sheep because he know a sheep ain't going to do nothing but try to run and get away. So the only thing that's going to stop a wolf is a shepherd or a sheepdog. One of the two. Other than that, wolf is getting it in. I'm eating all the sheep, all the chickens, all the pigs, all the hog mogs. I'm getting it cracking. That's what the wolf is going to do. He's going to go after a soft target because you never hear of an active shooter going into a gun store on a busy Saturday morning while everybody's there at the gun range practicing. You never hear of somebody coming in there saying, I'm going to start shooting people. Nope. You'll maybe hear somebody trying to rob a gun store, and there's even videos of that. Well, that don't work out right, especially if there's somebody in there. Most of the time when people rob a gun store, they do a smash and grab. They drive a pickup truck through the front door, try to grab as many guns they can, and they get out. The one time I saw somebody trying to rob a gun store, he got laid out. So that in itself lets you know soft targets. I don't ever want to be a soft target. I won't be a soft target. I'm not going to be that guy that's walking around saying, well, I don't have no guns, so I got to be subjected to whoever does have one, whether it's legally or illegal. Hey, you're not supposed to have that gun. Well, I got it. Give me everything in your pocket. I'm going to call the police on you. I'm not that guy. I want to call the police and say, help. This guy just tried to rob these four ladies, and I just shot him. He had a gun. He's laying down. We need the police here as soon as possible because there's been a big problem. So that's what I want to be able to do, as opposed to watching this dude shoot two of the ladies because he was nervous, or shoot two of the ladies because they didn't want to give him the purse, and that's it. So it's like that's one of the things that you have to make sure that you are dealing with. And I guess my closing point with this is that will this happen again? Sad to say, but it probably is. It probably is going to happen again. And the thing is that the only thing that I believe, in just my opinion, is what's going to curtail this, what's going to stop this from happening, is that when people start to realize that, hey, the more people that carry guns and that are willing to use them and be sheepdogs, not everybody, because it's not made for everybody, but the more that it becomes a part of our culture to where people will do that, then those people that want to go up against it, they will begin to second guess. They will begin to think twice. They will begin to doubt, say, you know what? I'm not going to go and do that because I know 4 or 5 people at that church carry guns and they carry them in that church every single day. Then they're going to start thinking twice about going into this particular church or that particular store or that particular venue to do that, because they know people are more inclined to carry guns. And it was like, even when you think about the Wild Wild West days, right? In the frontier settlement days, everybody had a gun. All the men carried guns. And you know what it did? It made people polite. It made people respect other people unless you wanted to shoot somebody, unless you knew that was your thing. I want to kill somebody because I want to make a name. If that's what you wanted to do, then that's what you did. But you knew it wasn't going to be, I'm going to walk into this salon and just start picking people off and ain't nobody going to do nothing. You didn't have that because they knew what exactly everybody got them. So somebody going to return fire. I may get one shot off, but round number 2, by the time it's going off, it's going to be a round 1 coming back at me some kind of way. And I'm not trying to have that type of opposition, so they didn't do those type of things. And when they did happen, they were so far and in between to where it wasn't common. It wasn't commonplace to where, man, if another shooting happened tomorrow, we would be like, wow. And then we would forget about Texas, we would forget about Vegas, and we would forget about all the ones that happened before that, because they're happening so quickly now. We're getting more accustomed to it. So I definitely believe that it's going to happen again, and the only thing that we can do to stop it is to be prepared for it. The only thing that we can do is to make sure that we are not going to be a soft target or an easy victim or an easy win for that low life, cowardly person that's going to come and do that at the end of the day. So those are pretty much my quick points. I do want to go ahead and set the lines up real quick and have those who want to call in At the end, I do have some gun reform, my own little personal gun reform points that I'll do at the end, but I definitely want to have some people call in. So give me like 2 minutes and I'm going to set the lines up and you can call in. Call. Wait, first of all, let me ask, do y'all want to call in? Will y'all call in if I open up these lines? Because I ain't going to go through all this and y'all don't call. Now, if you come by, I ain't going to call, but I'm going to call you. So y'all let me know if y'all going to call in now. Throw some 5s up or throw some 1s up or something. Let me go over here to the young Facebook. I forgot all about y'all over here. What's going on? Okay, I see my man Edmund. All right, so look, to everybody over at Facebook, check this out. Go over to YouTube, type in youtube.com. Then in the search bar on YouTube, type in The Relationship Rehab. And then once you see my live show, click on that. When you click on the live show, it's going to show you the phone number that you can use to call in. It's going across there right now. If you use to click in, it ain't going to let you do it right now because I ain't got the line set up. But I'm going to set the lines up. You can call in and then you can give me your opinion, give me your points, and we can chop it up that way. So I'm definitely going to open up the lines. I see some people saying they want to call in, so we going to do that. All right, cool. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Actually, I can go ahead and play some more music. And then we can do it that way. And then we'll have the lines open. So I'll do that real quick. What do you say? Nope. John Locker. Boy, I tell you, John. You know what? Same way you was in grammar school. Problem child. All right, look. But go ahead and click on over. Jump on over to YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and play another track. And then we will do our thing. And yeah, there we go. That Young Drive. And what is that? Oh, nope, that ain't. I definitely don't want to play that. And I think this is what I want to play. Let's see. There we go. That'll work. All right. All right, so yep, give me a couple minutes here. I'm about to set up the phone lines, and you guys can call in, and it's going down. Oh, hey, what's happening, Vic? What's going on, Johnny? What's up, John? Over here, my man Edmund. Roman, what's going on? I hope you guys come over to YouTube. Come over to the YouTube channel, because I am going to turn this off once I get the phone line set up, so you can watch the rest of the show from there. And we will do our thing, people. Let me finish this. This is good. Yeah, that's good. I need to type in all this wonderful information that it's asking me for. Yes. What's happening, Brad? Come on over to the YouTube channel and check us out. All right, there we go. Let's do another one, and then I'll be all set. No, that's the one. I want to do this one. There we go. This is the one I think is going to be the main intro. This is going to be the theme music for the relationship rehab right here. We're going to call this On Our Way. On our way to becoming a better version of ourselves. What's that about? That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm on my way. Yes, indeed. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Okay. Create. Well, I'm on my way. Okay. And then we are going to call in. All right, let me set up the show real quick. And we are good. The number should be ready to go in just a second.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah,
Please
buddy.
enter your host pin. When finished, press the pound key. To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions.
There we go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Y'all hear that? 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, people. So, y'all heard it. Blog Talk Radio, baby. All right, so you guys see the number on the bottom of the screen there. rolling across on the YouTube channel. All right, so let me make sure that number is the right number and they ain't changed it on me. That's right, 646-787-8585. 646-787-8585. 646-787-8585. Yes, 646-787-8585. All right. There we go. So you guys call on in. We're going to go ahead and talk this thing out and see what's going on. I want to hear what everybody has to say about this topic. And we're going to see if we can do some building here. To everybody that's on Facebook Live, it has been a pleasure. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you, guys. I hope that everybody is now over on the YouTube. So if you haven't, one last time, go to youtube.com or click on the link that's in this Facebook Live and then come over to the show on YouTube. That's where you'll see the phone number where you can call in. You can holler at your boy, let me know what's going on, what your thoughts and opinions are of this show. And I hope that you guys do come over there, like, subscribe, and share. If you are my Facebook friend and ain't subscribed to my channel, you dead to me. I don't know you no more. I've been doing this thing for almost a year, and everybody that's on Facebook should be at least a fan on my channel, should be a subscriber to my channel now. Whether you like me, you love me, or you hate me, or all three, don't matter. Get over there. So that is it for everybody that's over here on Facebook Live. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to get over here on the YouTube side of the game. That's where we're going to really talk it out. We're going to, if you want to call in and holler at your boy, do that. I am Brian Redman, the doctor of discussion. This is the Relationship Rehab. And to my people on Facebook Live, I'm out. Finish. Boom. All right. Now, to everybody that's over here, once you call into the show, you have to press the 1 to get into the host queue. So you're going to hear the British lady. She's going to be like, welcome to Blog Talk Radio. And once she does that, then you go ahead and you click the 1, and then that'll put you in the host queue. I can see you, then click on you and holler at you or whatever. Now, when I do click on your name and you are on here, tell me who you are, where you're from. Even if you got to make up a name or whatever, that's fine too. Tell me where you're from, and then we'll go from there. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and move this over, slide that on down, and then make sure that I can see that there. So we got like, now I'm going to tell you right now with the, I see Fair asks what's up with as far as the length. I have 2 hours for this call now. So if that's what you guys, depending on how the call goes, it's all good. But yeah, I'll do it for 120 minutes. So that's why I kind of like waited to start this thing, so I wouldn't be on here and then it cut off on us or whatever. So I got 1 hour and 56 minutes left of chit chat. So if you guys want to, go ahead. If you want to post it up, the phone number in here, it's let's see, the number is 1-646-787-8585. I think that's it. Let me make sure, because I might be wrong now. 646-787-8585. That's it. I got 8586 in there. There we go. So, yeah. So, there go the number right there. Y'all go ahead and call in. Call in. All right. And we can go from there. So, I do have a call in. 405-397. You are on the air. 405-397. What's up? Holla at your boy.
Steve Levis, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me? You good? You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. How's everybody else in the chat? Can you guys hear? I hope so. All right, cool. All righty, man. So go ahead. Tell me who you are, where you from, and what are your thoughts?
No.
Yes, indeed. So go ahead. What are your thoughts about it?
I agree with you, man. Everything that's going on, all the stuff that's going on, more churches do need to be armed. Even if it's, one of the members. I know I've been reading some articles. I know there's a church here in Moore. I'm from Oklahoma, and there's a church here in Moore that they said they already prepared for this type of stuff. They have a plan and everything Um, they have a active shooter scenario and everything on what to do in situations like that. Yeah, nowadays, man, you just don't know nowadays. People are crazy nowadays.
Yeah, and I think it's not just it's an attitude that we have, like when we go to clubs, you don't know, or when we go to a party, we'll have that mentality. With somewhere you're not really familiar with, you'll have that mentality. But I think the mentality of just saying you never know, that needs to be everywhere you go. Whether if you going to the corner store for a pop and a pack of cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? You need to have that in your mind, like you never know what's gonna happen. It's like if you my thing is this: if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. So, and I don't think that everybody needs to walk around on the edge. Is this time? Is it about to jump off now? Is it about to jump off now? I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we're at that point in society, but I definitely think that we need to have in our minds that, I never know when something could happen or when something may happen or if something is going to happen, but I want to make sure that I'm prepared in case it does. And all that is just being aware of your surroundings, situational awareness, and absolutely training. Because the way you train is the way you're going to perform. People go out and they get their CCWs, they get their class, and they get their gun. They go shoot for the qualification for their CCW, and then they don't go shoot again until 2 or 3 years later, if that. So their gun is sitting up, it's collecting dust, it's hasn't been cleaned, and then when they get out in the world and something does happen, they get a deer in headlights and they freeze and they don't know what to do. Why? Because you've never trained. You haven't trained. You haven't put yourself in those situations. You're not playing those scenarios out in your mind. So there is definitely a training piece that is crucial to being responsible with carrying a firearm. But I think we first of all need to just have a better culture around why we do it and the reason as to why we're doing it, so that we can protect those and protect ourselves in a situation like that. So I'm glad that you agree. What do you think about the about as far as like gun reform or the whole gun control thing? What do you think is a good approach for something like that?
Even if you do create more laws, they're still gonna manage to get their hands on them. Like Tommy, I know Tommy said, it's too late to take our guns away.
Yep.
Way too late. Too many guns out there. But doesn't matter how many laws you make or whatever, people are still gonna grab them regardless.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how crazy you are, how unstable you are. Doesn't matter. You're still gonna have them. Like you said, people don't see these high numbers in Chicago. Where there's multiple people dying on a daily basis, and 26 people die in Texas, and all of a sudden, we restrict the gun laws.
Exactly.
But like you said, Chicago's a lot more important than that. It's how many mass shootings do we have a year? They say take our guns away, but look at the crime rate. And I know they did it in Australia. They took everyone's guns away and everything. But what went up? Rape went up. Murder went up. I'm sure you take the guns away and you have less mass shootings. But when your crime goes up, what good did that do?
Exactly.
So I don't think it's a good idea to take guns away. It would be nice if they had better background checks. Like this guy, he shouldn't have had one. Air Force messed up and didn't report that. So they're kind of at fault. It's not their fault, but they're kind of at fault. But there just needs to be more, people held more accountable for stuff like that.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with that, man. I think that's that the fact that, the Air Force is that who he was from, the Air Force? The fact that, they had some issues with this dude and they didn't report that is their fault. They need to be more responsible in that aspect to say, hey, this is something that, that this pertinent that could possibly affect him getting a firearm or something like that. They need to be responsible about things like that. And I that's one of the things that I have as far as just the gun reform list. There needs to be a universal record that these gun stores can be able to, access. So not to say that it's going to keep people from getting a gun, but you don't want to be the responsible person that's selling this person a gun, and this person is practicing in your gun range and all that kind of stuff, and he's there constantly, and he's the guy that's there, and he shouldn't have had it in the first place. Where you could have done a simple background check, And that would have popped up and flagged him, and you would have been like, hey, dude, I can't sell you a gun because of what's on your record. It is what it is, and you're done. Maybe that could have deterred him, a few more days, or it could have deterred him a few more weeks or a few more months or a few years, whatever the case may be, could have made it a little more difficult for him to get it. Because I don't think that is going to just stop it altogether, but we don't need to make it easy for them. Just like alcohol. Can a underage person get his or her hands on some alcohol? Yes, they can. But it's our job as a society to make that as difficult as possible for them to do so.
Yep.
So,
and then, like we said earlier, taking guns away ain't going to do anything. Look at Mexico. It's one of the main reasons why I don't go to Mexico anymore. They're just bad out there. Guns, citizens aren't allowed to have guns out there. But who's running Mexico? All those cartels. No one can defend themselves.
absolutely.
And people don't realize that. People think taking guns away is going to solve everything. It's not going to solve everything. What we have to do is get more guns into people. Get people, like you said, get people the training, give people the responsibility that they know what comes with that gun.
Yep.
When you could kill someone and everything. That's what we need. We need more training on that, not less guns. Because, like I said, that's not going to do anything. The bad guys aren't going to follow the rules. So, why are we?
Yeah, and that's my thing too. And I think that when there's a training piece, I mean, when you look at it, you think about people that carry guns. You got your criminals who have little to no training, or they have street training. Then you have your civilians that do a lot of training with former law enforcement, or they do just training, or whether they on YouTube, whatever kind of profession that they do, or go get training from. And then you have your military. Now, your military, that's what they do. And that's why they are going to be some of your best shooters, some of your best situational awareness people. They're going to be some of the best ones at it because they're so proficient at it. They shoot all the time. They have gun awareness. They understand the responsibility of that gun. They use that gun in the field. They carry it. They keep it by their side 24/7. When they're on wartime, they never even go to the bathroom without it. So it's like there is a different type of culture that goes along with that. Whereas opposed to me buying my gun off of some dude in a vacant lot out of his trunk, he's not going to give me nothing but the gun, and that's it. All of the training, all of the usage, all of that cleaning, all that stuff, I won't get any of that unless I go and learn it for myself. So it's like that's the different levels of just training and what you have and what you're able to do with it and how proficient you are. Just like when you see those idiots pull their guns out and the first thing they do because they've seen Menace of Society or they've seen some other show, first thing they do is hold their gun to the side like this. I'm dumping on these fools. Boom, boom, boom. It's like you're an idiot. And at the end of the day, you're not even thinking that your gun can possibly jam because you're holding it sideways. You're not going to be accurate at all because you're holding it sideways, but it looks cool. So it's like you have somebody who has a dangerous weapon like that in their hands and they're using it and they don't even know how to use it. So they're being reckless with it. So it's like those are the things that you have to be concerned about to say, well, this is what we definitely want to bring awareness around so that people are more responsible. Because the more you know, the more responsible you can be with a firearm. And I think that that's a big thing. That's a big issue. Just like how you have people who are law-abiding citizens that own guns, but they do careless things like leave their gun in their purse, put their purse in the shopping cart with their 3-year-old, and then wonder why and how that 3-year-old shot them in the back and killed his or her own mother. Irresponsible, not thinking about what it is that you're doing and what it is that you have. So it's like the firearms training that I've had, the firearms instruction that I've had from certified firearm instructors, military guys, law enforcement guys. It has all played a part in how I treat and carry my firearm, what I do with my firearm, where I sit my firearm, how I clean my fire. All of that has created a certain type of a culture and training around it with me to where I know how to handle it. And so, therefore, I have a different approach to what I do with my firearm. My firearm will never be in a shopping cart with my 4-year-old daughter in it, sitting there riding around the cart while I got my back to her, walking down the aisle looking for the Zatarain's jambalaya rice. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the responsibility that comes along with it, and I know how to treat that. So I definitely thank you for the phone call, man. I'll give you the last word, brother. Go ahead. That's what I sound like Tommy doing. I'm going to give you the last word. Shout out to my brother, Tommy.
Yeah, he went live when you went live. That's messed up, man.
Oh man, I know that's all right, man. He the
Yeah.
giant, big fish, man.
Yeah.
The big fish got to do with the bastards. That bastard, big fish got to do his thing, man. Yes,
Yeah, you went live
indeed.
when you went live, man. That's salty right there.
Hey, man.
You gotta take some people over there.
Hey, man, it is what it
can't do
is.
that
He
to
gotta-
my boy
he gotta
Brian.
do his
I was over
thing.
here first.
It's
What's up,
all
bro?
good. I said it's all good, man. He got to do his thing, man. He the big fish out there, man. I'm just a little goldfish in the pond, man, trying not to get swallowed up by a guppy or something. But go ahead. Wait, what's your
I
final
agree with
thought?
everything you said, man. Like I said, we just need some more better training. You know, we need better people armed out there. Because if you think about it, think about how many lives could have been saved if one person in that church had a gun, and it probably could have went from maybe from 26 deaths, you know, to maybe 2 to 5.
Yep.
If that split second someone had a gun.
Yep.
Like I said, like I was saying earlier, I read an article today. The pastor said he's carrying, and he said he's carrying it all the time. He said it's up there in the pulpit and everything, you know. And it's, you know, I get it. I go to church, you know. I'm a religious guy. I get it. You know, we gotta have our faith in God and everything. He's gonna protect us. But I also feel, you know, we got to protect ourselves from, you know, these are evil spirits. It's just plain and simple. These are evil spirits, and I feel like we got to protect ourselves from them evil spirits with the same power they're having. You know, you can't just be waving a Bible around and, you know, have faith that God's going to protect us. You know, and then when it comes down to it, you know, it happens. Like I said, I feel, you know, these weapons are put here for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not saying, you know, not to have faith in him. You know, we got to have faith. But I feel like we do have to exercise our right and our safety, and it's a lot more important.
Awesome,
And,
man.
yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I wish more people are armed. I'm going to work on getting mine. I don't know if you remember, but I called you last time. I told you I was trying to become a cop and everything. I don't know if you remember me.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna work on getting mine, man.
Yeah.
I have my rifle. I have my pistol. I just want to get my license here.
Yeah, go ahead and do it, man. It's like don't give up on that, man. Absolutely do that. And like I remember that when you did call in on that last show we were talking, man. You're the type of person, man. I don't know if I told you that or not, told you this or not, but you're the type of person that's gonna be good police, man, because you have good people skills. You genuinely care about people in it within themselves, as opposed to it like, oh, now I'm a police officer, now I'm gonna, you know, take care of people. No, you have a genuine passion for people, and that is what's going to make you a good police officer. You may not be the best police officer, you know, your first day of FTO training when you out, you know, your first day out in the streets, but your potential, and because of your passion that you have for people, you're going to be great policeman. And I hope that you get to, you reach that goal and you become the policeman. Absolutely. We need more police like you in the field than, like, you know, the one, that small percentage of those that, you know, are there for the wrong reasons. So good luck to you, brother. And I thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate the love, dude.
All right, Brian. Thank you, man. Thank you for taking the call. I'll try to donate some money. What does it take to be a mod here? Is it a certain amount?
Oh man, just
donating?
no, man. Just put your whatchamacallit in there, man, and I'll get to it and do it, man. I'll definitely put you on, dude. No worries. Yep. Thanks, man.
I'll donate. Thanks, Brian.
All right, later. Great call, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's move this thing on. Let's go. Here we go. 646-943. You are on the air.
What's up, Brian? What's going on, man? It's RC.
My man, Triple O GRC. What's happening, brother? How you doing, man?
Let's do that double, man. You sending me to my grave when you say triple. You know what I'm saying? I'm just messing with you.
Man, brother, go ahead, man. I definitely want to hear your insight and your wisdom, man. What are your thoughts on the topic for tonight?
I think protocol should be something that should be established. There's a lot of bodega owners. There's a lot of people, you know, who have businesses. And you're right, man. They put the gun in the shelf, and it stays there, and it stays there. A lot of these people, they give them gun license for the simple reason they have a business. but they don't try to figure out, like, how do we know if this guy for sure goes actually to the range and practice? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I think they should put some kind of rule where you would have to go at least 1 year or every 6 months. Put it this way. I would say when it came to a business, if it's a high crime area, I would say every 6 months or to a year, you should go practice. No ifs, ands, or buts. Another thing, I think that the gun range should have you, how you say, like showing up to school. Okay? Did this guy pop up this year or the last 6 months to qualify, handle his weapon, get more familiar with it, et cetera, et cetera. And then if, they should like give him a shout out. Hey, Brian, you ain't been to the range in 14 months, man, advise you to come down here, and get back familiar with your weapon. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to go cold. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like with anything. People can ride a bike today, and 20 years from now, it takes a minute to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I know I can ride it, but I'm not as good as I used to be.
Yep.
Why? Because you haven't done it in a while. So I think the government should implement something like that, to that effect, where, at least somebody's paying attention that, Brian has had a gun for 10 years, but that man comes here every 6 months, every 9, 10 months, a year, and he messes with his weapon. That way, you keep the balance of knowing how to use the weapon. Once you put it down and it's just in the closet, like you said, gaining dust or whatever, you lose the feel. You lose, what that weapon can do. Okay,
Yep.
A lot of people don't understand that.
That's right.
Another thing, people out there, when you watch these damn movies, I mean, come on, keep it real. That shit is not real. Okay, no such thing. A motherfucker falling out of a building, shooting sideways and killing people on the rooftop. Talking about, yeah, I got 6 of them. Hey, all that
Right.
shit is nonsense, man.
Yep.
Shooting sideways, that's nonsense.
Yes.
Okay, because if you're shooting sideways, your wrist is crooked, number one. The weapon is crooked, number two. When you get a recoil, okay, and you there trying to look like you slick, let me shoot these motherfuckers, from my stomach, from my waist, sideways. You ain't gonna hit nothing but your damn grandma across the street. It is what it is. People just stupid, and I mean, I heard stories where they said, well, they didn't have to kill him. They could have shot the gun out of his hand. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Listen, even an expert, it's hard to shoot a gun out of somebody else's fucking hand. Let's keep it real, And that's what gets me. People are not familiar with a gun.
Yes.
Therefore, you shouldn't have a comment. The media, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay? These Democrats, these Republicans, whoever's talking that shit about gun control. I mean, you saw that fool in California. He said, this is an automatic weapon. There is no automatic weapons in California. It's against the law. That's number one. Number two, are there some states where you can actually make a weapon an automatic? Yes, but you need permission.
Yep.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, that fool stood up there, one of our leaders, our senators, and he said, this weapon, and it was an AR, can fire 1,000 rounds a second.
Right.
A
No.
second?
No. No
You
way.
got to go beyond automatic for that
Right.
shit to empty.
You got to go light. You got to go light year with that. Yeah. This is a light year
I'm
rifle.
telling you.
Yeah.
Or you got to have what? You got to have 10 weapons shooting at the same time, automatic,
Man.
100 rounds each.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of fuckery they bring to the citizens who don't know no better.
Yep.
If you're going to get a gun, please go to the range.
Yes.
Okay? It don't cost that much. Bullets are cheap, seriously.
Yep.
Go practice. Familiarize yourself with your weapon.
Exactly.
Okay? Another thing, too, You don't need a big ass fucking gun, okay? Because I guarantee you, with a 22, I can knock you out at 300 yards. Why? Because I know this. Why? I'm military. Why? I've done it.
Yeah.
People think, oh, that's a little bullet. That little fucking bullet that hit you at 300 yards and ricocheted all
Go
over
up
your
all through
damn
you
body.
like a pinball machine, boy.
Or
Will
you see what I'm
ring
saying?
you up.
Exactly.
Yes, it will.
And
Yes,
people
it
don't
will.
know this.
Yep.
You know?
Yes, it will.
So, you know, that's all I really got to say, Brian. But, again, it's like, it's impossible. You disarm America, the black market would just kick ass, making
Yes,
more
they
money.
would.
That's all it is, okay?
If they disarm
like,
it, I'd become a gun runner. If they would have do
I'm
that, I
telling
would
you.
start. 'Cause
I'm telling you.
it's absolutely,
Guess
man.
who we
Yeah.
will go to buy these guns? We'll
Yep.
go straight to the government. Hey,
Yep.
man, you know, can you cut me a deal? I mean, you sell weapons all over the
All
fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Might as well sell them at home.
Like, come on.
Short a trip. Yep.
Hey, I'm telling you,
indeed.
because a bunch of years ago, right, when they had the chaos going in Somalia, the chaos going in the Sudan, and I'm sitting here as a military man, I know my weapons.
Right.
I've seen other countries' weapons, British, Chinese, Russian.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're supposed to know what your enemy is utilizing.
Yep.
And you also want to, you know, get a upper hand on their shit. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's some damn weapon. We got to create a new one.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Shit like that. As I'm watching the news, I'm going to myself, I'm like, okay, this is Somalia. This is a third world fucking country. Can somebody explain to me why I'm looking at some fucking thugs running around, killing people, carrying M15 rifles? That's
Yeah.
an American-made rifle.
Yep.
You go somewhere else and you go like, well, how did that Chinese AK-47 get there? How did
Yeah.
that Russian AK-47 get there?
Yes, indeed.
You get my point?
Yep. Absolutely.
Black
man.
market? Ain't no fucking way you're going to get rid of it because the government is your black market.
Yep.
They're making money. They don't give a fuck about the rest of y'all.
It's
The reason why they
capitalism
want
at
to
its
disarm
finest.
America is because they're scared of us.
Yeah.
They're scared of us. Why? Because the bullshit's starting to open. People starting to realize a lot of these motherfuckers ain't nothing but flim-flammers. Okay, they've
Yeah.
been bullshitting us forever.
Very true.
And remember, last but not least, your United States government, and I said this shit, I text Tommy a message the night of the Las Vegas shooting. I said, remember, Tommy, your own government will fucking kill its own citizens for an agenda. Okay?
Collateral damage.
They will literally
Absolutely.
murder you. Okay?
Absolutely.
Look it up. Vietnam, the Tonka incident. Some motherfuckers killed their own sailors and blame Vietnam.
Wow.
It is what it is. Human beings are fucked up at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Well, as always, man, I
So, you know.
appreciate you, RC, man. It's so good to have somebody, man, that's just OG status, man, that can just call in and just give us insight, man. I appreciate you on the You Dig with my boy DJ Just Jay show, man. It is just awesome, man. I thank you so much as always, man. You bring such a different level of insight and perspective, man, to our platforms, and it's priceless, dude. Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you, man. Keep up your good work. I appreciate you too, man. Brother DJ, Tommy, of course, always.
Yes, indeed.
I don't see a link for a donation, man. Did you put it in, or did you forget? Or?
I think Pam put it in there. It's in there. Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
I'll look for it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, Brian.
All right,
Peace out,
brother.
man. And,
Yes, sir.
Okay, and thanks.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Bye.
Peace.
All right. Man, great calls, man. Great calls so far. I appreciate you guys' insight, man. Let's move on. All right, we're going to go to 202-297. You are on the air. What's going on? 202-297. Oh, yeah. 202-297. Going once. Going twice. No. And next. All right, let's go to the next one. 708-945. 708-945. You are on the air. What's going on?
What's going on, B?
What's happening, man? Who's this?
What's going on, B? It's Carl Moore, man. Your boy Big Snatcher, man. Illinois
Big
Big
Snatcher.
Boy.
What's happening? Yes, sir. Chi-Town, stand up. How you doing,
Hey.
brother?
You already know. I'm all right, man. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the Relationship Rehab. You're doing big things.
I appreciate
I love
it.
the platform for letting people talk real talk, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to say on the issue, man. I don't think it's about gun control.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's about the gun laws. I think it's about men's mental health. I think if we dive a little bit more deeper into that, we'll have less crime. You know what I'm saying? If people weren't so mad and so bent out of shape about what's going on in the world today, we wouldn't have so much crime going on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the gun laws and the gun control, that thing is just kind of like a scapegoat. We could put all the gun laws in place and everything like that, and it's still going to be crimes happening just like the one that happened in Texas, just like the things that happened in the movie theater and everything like that, man. So, you know, I just want to give my 2 cents and give my salute to you, Brian, because, you know what I'm saying, you're doing your thing, bro.
Thank you so much, man. And that was something I did not think about, didn't cover, man, is the mental health aspect of that. I think that is epic, dude, because there are so many people that are suffering from mental illness, and our government has just taken it upon themselves to just literally like wash their hands of the whole mental health issue, man. If you crazy, if you've been in a mental institution, they could care less about it nowadays. I think it was back in like the late 80s is when they just started pushing everybody out. They just literally like started closing the mental health homes, and those people wind up on the streets, man. And I think that type of stuff now,
Yeah, real talk.
yeah, there are like literally no resources or very few. Definitely is not enough to supply the demand that is needed. And it's like those people are losing it nowadays, man, with all of the pressures of the world. The way that we don't have, like, you know, those families anymore, to where families help you deal with stress. Family help you deal with issues. And because most of our families are so broken, whether they have, you know, no fathers in the home, having drug problems and things like that, there's like no real guidance on that aspect of just discipline to where they can exercise self-control. People are snapping, man. And I definitely agree with you on that, man. That is a great point. People are losing it because they don't know how to deal, and they either self-medicate or they just go off the deep end and say, you know what, I'm done, I've had it, I'm gonna leave my mark, and y'all will find me, you know, in the papers, talk about me in the history books, because I'm going out here and I'm letting everybody have it until they kill me, pretty much, because they've given up. So, man,
Indeed.
that is powerful, man. Thank you so much for that insight, dude. Awesome. What do you
For sure,
what do you
brother.
think
Keep
about,
doing your thing.
Thank you. Let me ask you this real quick before you go. So what do you think could be done as far as like a gun reform type of thing? What do you think would be like one main thing we need to do to just solidify, I guess, our gun laws as a country?
As far as gun reform is concerned, I think that we can really like, you know, those people that are suffering from like mental health issues, you know what I'm saying, and applying for these guns, or, you know what I'm saying, you know, just taking people that are taken aback from what's going on in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to really be concerned, and we have to really step in, and we have to really empower our people. We have to really empower our brothers and sisters and lift them up and let them know that it's a better way that we can go, instead of just, you know what I'm saying, the violence that we see in the movies and that we see on the media every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have to give them a different way, and, you know what I'm saying, and just really empower people, man, you know what I'm saying, and let them know that it's light at the end of the tunnel, you know?
Yeah. Well, man, thank you so much, Snatch. I appreciate you, brother, man. Great phone call, man. Great insight, dude. Thank you so much, man. And definitely, man, whenever you see me live,
No
man, you
doubt.
definitely, man, pick up the phone, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Later.
I'm always supporting, man. Let's get the Relationship Rehab to 10,000 subscribers, man. 10,000 subscribers. Let's do that.
That's what's up, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Later.
No doubt.
Man, that was a great phone call, man. Great calls tonight, man. Boy, I tell you, y'all been hitting it. Look, I guess I just want to make sure, man, that everybody just, you know, I hope when people rewatch, when you watch this on the replay, it's like there's so many things that we need to do as a society, and there's so many things that we need to do as when it pertains to laws and control and stuff. But it's like there has to be a part to where the discussion is had, and it's not necessarily an attack on one side or the other, because I do understand that I'm a gun advocate, and I do understand that there are people that are not, and those people that are not, I don't want them to think that, you know, it shouldn't be a mentality of saying we need to just get rid of the guns. You shouldn't have these guns. You shouldn't have these type of guns. Because at the end of the day, like RC said, what somebody can do with a long range 22 rifle can be just as damaging to somebody who has a 308. You know, at the end of the day, it's the mentality like Carl was talking about, and it's just all the overall awareness and training like I was talking about. It all plays a part in it, because when you think about firearms and you think about gun control, you know, firearms, gun control, it has no comparison to what automobiles do to us every day. The people that die in car wrecks, the people that die in with their vehicles, whether they're running off the road, they lose control, they fall asleep, they're driving under the influence. You take all of those things and you look at the amount of death, the people that are getting paralyzed, the people that are losing their lives, innocent bystanders, all those people that lose their lives from auto accidents every year. Why isn't there a thing of banning cars? Why aren't we trying to get these cars off the street? These Cadillacs and these damn Mercedes are killing us by the thousands. We got to stop it. Nobody's thinking like that. Why? Because we like the comfort that a car brings us. We like the convenience that a car brings to us. We like to be able to get from point A to point B and don't have to walk when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's sleet and snow and hail. We can be in the comfort of our vehicles and we can get from point A to point B. At the worst thing it may come, it may be some traffic, but there's always, every single time you get into a vehicle, there's a danger of being in an accident to where you don't survive, or you wind up taking your life or somebody else's life because of reckless driving, because of freak of natures, or just plain old accidents. So it's like those are things that we talk about on a day-to-day basis that happen, but we never talk about getting cars off the street. We talk about drunk drivers. We talk about driving under the influence. We talk about seatbelts. We do everything possible to make vehicles more safe. But we've never had the discussion of getting rid of vehicles. We've never had the discussion of saying you can only drive this kind of vehicle. You can only drive Volvos because Volvos are the safest cars. You can only drive a hatchback. You can't drive an SUV. You can't drive a sports car because they're too dangerous. We've never done that. So it's like that's the type of mentality that you need to have with guns. And if you approached it that way, then I think that you would have a more understanding, because everybody uses a car. So therefore, we all like cars for certain reasons, but we all have a general basic flatline understanding of saying this is the baseline in which we have cars and what it provides for us. Now, whether if I use a 1978 Lincoln or whether if I use a 2018 Lincoln, that is totally up to me, and it's my choice. I'm not forced to use one over the other. It's my choice. And that's the way that it should be with guns in our country. It should be a choice as to what you carry. It should be a choice to how many you have. It should be a choice to how many you own. Do I think you should have a fucking javelin rocket? No. You shouldn't have to have a javelin rocket, because there's nothing you can do with a javelin rocket but blow something up. But do I think that you having an AR-15 and this person having a shotgun, it's the same thing. You should be able to have both. Semi-automatic, absolutely. Fully automatic, don't necessarily need to have a fully automatic, because what fully automatic is for a rapid fire in a war zone situation. Get it? When you're trying to mow down 45 people that are running at you with guns and with knives and swords and everything else, then yeah, you may need a automatic weapon, but that doesn't happen here. So I don't think you necessarily need to be able to get off 400 rounds in 30 seconds, but to have a semi-automatic gun, you can fire that thing off with a binary trigger and be just as fast, or pretty damn close to an automatic style weapon. But you don't necessarily have to have it. So it's like that's where the conversation needs to be, to where there is middle ground. It doesn't have to be you either for it or against it. It's not like abortion. There is a middle ground when it comes to gun reform and gun control. And the people that are just totally against guns, you need to check yourself. Those people who don't want to have any background checks or psych evals for guns, you need to check yourself too and get into the middle road. Let's make it have common sense. And actually, that just leads me actually into my point of making sure that it's there's a common sense part to this, because it has to be something that goes into play to say, well, hey, this is what we're going to do, and these are the things we're going to talk about. So what I did in my own infinite wisdom, I came up with just a few of my basic, I guess, these are the relationship rehab gun reform laws that I think we should add or at least put on the table for discussion. One of the things that I thought about was, well, I didn't think about this, but I've heard about it several times, and I think it makes a lot of sense. And why we haven't done it yet, I don't know. But the no fly, no buy. For those of you who don't know what no fly, no buy means, that's if you're on the no fly list, your ass should not be able to buy a gun. Plain and simple. So if I'm a terrorist and I'm on the watch list, I'm on the FBI top 20 and they watching me and I can't fly around here, I can't get on no plane or go through no airports or whatever, I should not be able to buy a gun. If I'm on the no fly list, I should definitely be on the no buy list for firearms. That just makes sense. DUI. If I'm a person who got DUIs and I'm drinking and driving and that's what I do, I absolutely should not be able to purchase a firearm. Because I'm going to be negligent with a car, I damn sure be negligent with a handgun or a rifle. Absolutely. When it comes to those that are narcotic abusers, if I'm doing, and I'm not talking about marijuana, so those of you that are going to be the marijuana ain't the weed, ain't never killed nobody. If you impairing yourself, plain and simple, if you medicating yourself to the point to where you are not in control of your faculties, then you should not be able to own a firearm. If I'm getting high on coke, weed, Molly, Oxy, whatever it is that I'm popping, then I should not be carrying a firearm, because I can be in a hallucinogenic state. I could be in a laid back state, not knowing what I'm doing, thinking I'm reaching for the bone because I want another hit, I want to get this toke on, and then I reach for bam. I reach for my gun. So if you're a person that's abusing drugs, you absolutely should not be walking around with your firearm talking about this what I do. Now, if you're going to be responsible, these people are responsible with their firearms, and absolutely, that's my whole thing. That's why I'm getting at with this. No violent felonies. Now, if I'm the type of person where 20 years ago, I stole $800 out of the petty cash in my job and I got fired and I went to jail for it and I served my time, and 20 years later, I ain't had no other infractions, ain't been to jail, ain't had no more issues, no more problems, I absolutely should be able to own a firearm to protect my home and my family. Now, if I'm the same person who 20 years before that, I was a known gangbanger, violent crime. I beat people, smack people, stab people, choke people, bite people, take a spoon and stab you, cut your heart out right now. If I fight you, choke you, stab you, whatever it'll take for you to stop existing, that's what I would do. I don't need to own a firearm. I need to be on that list where I cannot go and purchase a firearm. So if I do get one, I'm getting it illegally, and I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm going to go to jail. Plain and simple. I think, and this might upset a few people, but it makes sense to me. I think there should be a 5-year foreign, if you're a foreigner, you need to have a 5-year waiting period before you can get a firearm. Because we have a lot of people coming over here from other countries, and everybody that come over here don't mean us good. And if that person comes over here and they got to wait 5 years, and maybe we can find some telltale signs, maybe they'll wind up getting on that FBI watch list or whatever the case may be, and we can see that this person here has been known to do this person has had some ties to this group or that group, and they're terrorists, so no gun for you. And then that gives them that gives the FBI plenty of time to be able to vet some of these people out, to find out who these people are connected to and tied to, and to say, hey, this person here has a 5-year waiting period before they can get a gun. So that means the FBI got 5 years to figure out if this dude is legit or not, to see what's going on. So absolutely. When it comes to the concealed carry or just a universal firearm carry, I think it should be something universal, just like your driver's license. If I can drive through Texas and drive through Kentucky, then drive through Illinois and drive through Minnesota and drive through Michigan and Iowa or whatever else I may go, I should not have to worry about, oh, I can't have it in this state, I can have it in this state, I can't have it in this state, I can have it in that state. If I'm in New York and I want to drive to California, I should be able to have my gun on me in New York, and I should be able to keep it all the way on me until I get to California. I should be able to have it there too. All of this, each state should be able to do their own thing with their gun. It's a bunch of nonsense. It doesn't make sense for people that travel all over this country, go in and out, to have all of these different crazy non-reciprocation laws. We reciprocate, they don't. You should be able to have it, and it should be good everywhere. Every state should allow every citizen that has a firearm, whether they live there or they don't, to carry a firearm. Because everybody that says, well, we don't have it here and our gun crime rate is low, that's a bunch of BS. So you should be able to carry it anywhere that you go, and whatever state that you're in, you should be able to carry your firearm. Plain and simple. It is a right, not a privilege. So if I can drive, driving is a privilege. It is not a right. So if I can drive in your state, I should damn sure be able to carry a firearm in your state, because I can kill somebody with my Cadillac just like I can kill somebody with my Beretta. It's the same thing. So I should be able to drive everywhere. I should be able to carry everywhere with my firearm. Plain and simple. I do believe that there needs to be a psyche eval as far as a test. And it should be like the personality test that you take for certain like retail jobs and things like that, to where it depicts you answer these certain questions, and in the way you answer them, it will ask you like more difficult questions, like with certain certification tests. The questions like get harder and harder. And if you answer these questions wrong, and it turns out that you are a person who is very possibly crazy or needs to see a psychiatrist, then you should either A, can't get one at all, or you need to go see a psychiatrist and have that psychiatrist sign off on you getting a firearm. I absolutely believe that should happen, because everybody doesn't test well, and I get that. But if you're one of those people where you failed this psyche eval or this / personality or certification test or whatever, then you absolutely should have to go before a psychiatrist and do 2 or 3 sessions with this person, and then that person will either sign off on you getting a firearm or not getting it, and that should absolutely be in place. I do think that, like when RC mentioned earlier, that there should be a like an NRA firearms class with a mandatory 16-hour refresher course that you take, every year, or every 5 years or something like that. There needs to be a time frame. I would say probably maybe either every other year, or maybe I would say every other year. You should have to go for a 16-hour certification course to get recertified. I think you should have to go to a range and shoot at least every 6 months. That's just me. Personally, you need to go to the range at least once a month. At bare minimum. And I'm talking like at least a 2-hour session at least once a month, where you're going to the range and you're shooting on purpose. You're not just out here with a bunch of targets going pow, pow, pow. I mean, like doing some type of drill, shooting in different aspects, like the outside or inside, whatever the case may be. That's just my personal preference. But I do believe that everybody should have a 16-hour where you got to go on a Saturday and a Sunday, spend 8 hours in a classroom, learning about guns, and then shooting those guns with a certified NRA instructor, because there's a lot to be said about those guys. I myself am one, and it is not just a cakewalk class that you sit through. It definitely has a lot of information. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, but it's definitely a class that I think, because laws are constantly changing, techniques are constantly changing and evolving. So I think you should have to go and refresh. I would probably say it would be good for every year for everybody to have to do it, but every 2 years I could possibly live with that. And that's just a few that I've just put down for that, because I think, like I said, it's very important that those type of things are in place. I think that we need to be able to create a culture for gun safety that needs to become a part of our culture and our lifestyle. And I think it's not. I think it's very lacking. And I think we need to talk about training a lot more. So gun safety and firearm training, I think is paramount. I think it's part of the reason why we have so many accidental shootings, because I think that those are just as important as the active shooters. These kids that are picking up their parents' firearms and shooting them in cars, shooting them in grocery stores, shooting them at home by accident, just because of the simple fact that parent is negligent with that firearm. It says a lot about where we need to grow and where the opportunity lies for us to actually be better when it comes to firearm training, firearm safety. So that's definitely huge in my book. Also, I think too, understanding the full responsibility of carrying a firearm, I think is crucial. Knowing what it takes to be able to pull that trigger, knowing what it takes to have the mental fortitude to be able to take a life, to be able to know and understand the ramifications after that life has been taken, making sure that you have things like firearm insurance, and in case you do shoot somebody, you have some type of legal help who can help you, knowing what to do after you shoot somebody. It's like those are things that you need to know what to do, how to do it, and understand what's going to happen after that, because it's not just saying, okay, I shot this person who was breaking in my house and this person broke in, I shot him and I killed him, but now the police or the prosecuting attorney said, hey, or district attorney said, hey, you know what, it was self-defense. But now there's a civil suit aspect to that too that you didn't think about. And so you need to have a lawyer for that, because that ain't got nothing to do with the state. So you got to have a lawyer. You need to be able to know exactly what type of ramifications you're going to be looking at and getting those type of things resolved. And there's insurances that are in place for that. So you need to have those kind of things. And those are for people who are carrying firearms today, right now. If you don't have that type of insurance, you need to go and get it. You need to be able to say, hey, I got my, what is it, UCCA, UCAA? I think that's what I got. But be able to say I have that card, and I can say, hey, this is what I got. This is what's out here. And I'm covered. I got some type of help and some type of protection. So it's like there's a great responsibility that comes along with the firearm, and you need to all be aware of that. I think that you need to know what that responsibility is, to say, hey, I am actually carrying a tool to where I may one day in a terrible situation to where I have no other recourse to actually take a life, to either save my life or someone else's. That's a hell of a responsibility to have, and that's something that you shouldn't take lightly. It's something you should be very, very, very cognizant of, and you should have a tremendous amount of respect for that, to understand that you may have to do that one day. So it's not just a matter of just saying, oh, I'm cool in case somebody run up on me, I got their ass. That's not what it's about. It's about saying, hey, I need to make sure that I'm responsible. I need to make sure that I'm prepared, so that if something does happen, that I know I'm first and foremost capable of doing it. I do it effectively, and I do it to the point to where nobody else gets hurt but the person who I'm intending to hurt. Because there are plenty of times where people mean to shoot this person but actually shoot that person because they wasn't aware of their target and what was behind it. They may intend to shoot this person, but they shot that person. That happens. So it's like you have to be really aware of what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it, and being prepared to do so, and being trained to do so. Training makes a world of difference in how you function in these situations. So definitely make sure that you guys pay attention to that, and definitely take that into consideration. So I hope that that everybody that called in, I want to say thank you. I hope that this show was helpful. I hope that people were able to get something from it, learn something from it. I hope that you all like, subscribe, and share to this. I just want to say to everybody that tuned in on Facebook Live, everybody that tuned in on YouTube, to the moderators and all you other people that are here, thank you guys so much. I love the fact that you guys support me and show me love. I want to send a shout out to my man DJ Just Jay. I want to send a shout out to my brother Tommy. Everybody that's just in Soto Nation, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to do the show this week, this Thursday, because it is the greatest show on YouTube, The Guru and the Whore. Make sure you guys tune in to that. And just keep supporting the You Dig. Keep supporting the Soto Gaming channel. Keep supporting Packer Girl and the Soto Politics, the Soto Sports. I don't know if that's back up yet, but the Soto Sports, make sure you're doing that. And absolutely make sure y'all supporting brother Tommy and his Tommy Sotomayor Live, Malt Liquor Sippers, the Guru and the Whore, all of his channels. Make sure you guys are supporting, like, subscribing, and sharing his content. That's one of the best content creators on YouTube, hands down. One of the smartest brothers that I know. DJ Just Jay, I've learned so much from you, man, just as far as being consistent, being a better content creator. Tommy has been just an enormous amount of help, influence, and inspiration in what I do and how I do it. And I owe nothing but thanks and have nothing but gratitude for that brother, man. He is an awesome dude, man. It's like all the people out here that are hating against him, hating on him, with the psycho stalking and all that kind of stuff. I hope that you guys can really grow up out of that, man, and let that man be who he needs to be. Let him do his create his content. You guys create your content and just keep him up out of it. I hope that that's what you do. But other than that, man, I hope that you guys can just, get something from this. I hope that what it is that you guys saw here today, heard here today from those people that contributed to this conversation, I hope that it makes you a better version of yourself. Once again, I'm Brian Redman. I am the doctor of discussion. This is the Relationship Rehab. I love you guys. I also, before I almost messed up too, let me, I'm going to end this blog talk thing. Thank you for calling Blog Talk Radio. We're going to end that. And then I'm going to go here and see if there are any. Man, this Face ID recognition, I love this thing so much. Don't have to put in those numbers no more. Don't have to do that. Just look at my phone and it's like, bam, iPhone 10, get you one. Yes, I actually do have a couple of donations. All right, man, y'all know y'all, boy. I tell you, I want to give a shout out to my man RC. Thank you, sir, for your donation. OG triple OG RC, man, I love you, brother. Also want to thank my man D. Revis, thank you so much for your donation, sir. I appreciate you guys, and everybody else that have donated on other shows. I thank you all so much. It really means a lot, man, to just have people just to appreciate what it is that you do, and when you're doing something that's out of the love of your heart and it's pure, and people can actually appreciate you for it, and they just show you a small token by just donating. Man, it definitely makes all the difference in the world. I thank you guys. What you guys allow me to do with you all, I'm sometimes at a loss for words, man. It is awesome to be where I'm at, to be coming up on 1 year on Christmas Day. It'll be 1 year that the Relationship Rehab officially started. And it's like from where I've started out from and where I'm at today, it is just amazing, man, to see what you guys have just allowed me to do and how you've helped me grow and what I've learned from you. Hope that you guys have learned stuff from me too. Oh, there's my girl Chastity. Chastity, I tell you, you are just you know what, Chastity? There are people in this world, man, that are just, people that you meet, people that you enjoy their company, and then there's special people that are just good, genuine people. And I can definitely say, just from what I've seen from your relationship with Tommy and just the support that you've given Tommy and all of his platforms and everybody over at the You Dig, and just from me, you are just a genuinely good person. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you. Pandorians as well, just good people, man. Y'all don't know how hard it is to just be around and to find good people. Fair, always shouting out, always jumping on, just being good people, man. Y'all don't know how good it feels to just be around good people, man. I know I do, because I've been around some horrible people. I, at one point in my life, wasn't the best person in the world, but I have been around some horrible people, man, and I've been around some bad people, and to be around good people that appreciate what you do just because it's what you do and appreciate you, it's invaluable, man, and I appreciate it. I thank you so much. I thank you so much. But definitely thank you for your donation, Chastity. I appreciate it. But, man, I love the fact that we are able to come here and just, man, whether we on the You Dig with my man DJ Just Jay, who's also a good brother, just a good person, and to just be in Soto Nation and to be over on Tommy's platform, and the way you guys embrace me and my platform, to just for us to be able to be cool and for us to be able to go out and just be able to talk and share ideas, whether we agree or disagree. This is what it's all about, as far as just being good people, being builders and content creators. And I thank you all for that. I love you guys. And, man, till we meet again, my good people. I am Brian Redmond, the Doctor of Discussion. This is the Relationship Rehab, and I am out. Thank you all so much. Peace. Great show. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.